Welcome back! So for this week's video, it's New Year's Eve. I thought I would do kind of a preview of coming attractions, if you will. I kind of took the month of December off from doing sewing videos, but I still wanted to produce content. I've been working hard on Christmas presents, so that's why I haven't really wanted to film them, and they're kind of different from what I normally do, so kind of taking a break from sewing and filming. But I did a short earlier on some of the things I had sewn this year. A lot of the stuff I sewed this year I did before I was filming and sharing with you guys, but next year I should have more content now that I'm filming and you guys seem to really like it. So I thought I would take a look through my box of upcoming projects. I just have a plastic tote with my fabric that I specifically have a project for and I plan on working on fairly soon. And then each one, I bring it home, wash the fabric. I don't care if it's new fabric, thrifted fabric, or what. The first thing it does as soon as it walks in the door is it gets washed. If I'm thrifting stuff I don't know why I'm bringing home, it usually smells like other people's laundry soap and perfumes and fragrances, and I just can't handle that. So it gets washed, no matter what. Washed, hung outside, aired, and then it maybe starts to smell better. But after that, I iron it up. I measure it to see just how much I've got, or in the case of a bed sheet, is it a king size bed sheet or a twin size bed sheet? Because that's going to make a bit of difference. And then I put, if I have a pattern in mind for it, where I got the fabric from, and how many yards I have. So I also write down how much I paid for it, because if it's really cheap you need to brag about this, because half the fun of doing this is getting things for a steal. So since this is airing after Christmas, we can say one Christmas present was made from a bedsheet that essentially cost $1 and the pattern was thrown in for free and the buttons for 50 cents on clearance. So yeah, thrifting is a thing. But anyway, let's get started. I've got Kitty here. I don't think she's in the frame. But I do have Kitty and she is getting pets. Oh. She's also shedding on everything. Which is why I wash things before I wear them. Because the amount of cat hair that accumulates during the sewing process is excessive. Okay. Kate, don't bite me on camera. So, first up, I've got this pretty brown floral print. That's probably a better view of it. And it's basically got all of the colors in it. And then I've got some brown solid that matches perfectly. So I've got 3 yards of the floral and 2 yards and 2 yards of the brown. Apparently it was sold in 2 chunks. And I'm going back and forth on what I want to do with this. I really love it, so I really want to pick the right thing for it, which is making it a little bit hard. But as of right now, I'm kind of thinking this skirt and maybe that blouse, maybe something different. I don't know who they allowed to choose the fabrics for this pattern. I think they should have their permission revoked, because this is not selling it. It's not a good look. But anyway, hopefully mine will turn out better than theirs did. Next up, I have my lovely assistant helping me. I've got this, which was thrifted with a bunch of home decor fabric, and I'm thinking a great big circle skirt, and that would probably be view D on this one. And that was thrifted fabric. Came with a bunch of home decor stuff that I recovered the chair and did the pillows. And then to match it, this came from Joann's. I actually bought new fabric, guys, okay? Hold your shock and awe. I've got nearly 3 yards of this pretty blue, kind of a twillish? Twill? Sort of a thing. And I'm thinking of doing this Gertie blouse. I think I'll do it in the short sleeve and make it a summery outfit to go with the skirt or go with anything. And then while I have this pattern...
The blue will go with the brown floral.
Yeah, well... I've got this gorgeous linen. I am in love with this. So we're using the blue to trial the pattern and make sure we like it before we cut up the very nice, very pretty, expensive linen. It was new, okay? I bought new fabric and it was on clearance, but it was still not cheap. So I was going to do the long sleeve version of it since it's a fall color, and even though linen's kind of a summery fabric, it'll kind of be year-round depending on what I need, because the rules are made up, guys. They're made up. Wear what you want. This, I need the pattern, please. Thank you.
Good catch.
I know. That won't happen again.
Nope.
I have zero hand-eye coordination, guys. Zero. This is a shower curtain. It's not going to be a shower curtain when I'm done. This came from Goodwill. Goodwill's gotten expensive. Since when did Goodwill get expensive? It was like, what, $8? $7, $8 for a shower curtain?
Yeah.
Which is still cheaper than buying fabric. And it's repurposing something and keeping something from the landfill. But still getting expensive. So, there's a shower curtain's worth of fabric here. And then my mom picked up this to match, is a pillowcase.
That came from a charity shop.
That came from the charity shop in town.
50 cents.
Which is much more affordable than Goodwill. I'm not telling you my sources, guys. Charity shop's the best you're getting. And I was going to do this wrap dress, and I'm thinking of doing the shorter length with it and wear it over like jeans or leggings, since it's a heavier fabric and kind of fall. Can wear it in cooler weather.
Don't get rid of the pattern.
Nope, nope, nope. It hasn't gone far. And then this is a bed sheet from my grandma. And there are arguments on what is going to happen with this. My mom thinks I should make the wrap dress. I am not convinced I will look good in bright yellow. So, something is going to happen with this. What size is this?
Everyone looks good in hummingbirds.
No iron, percale, machine wash. Made in USA. You don't see that one very often. That'll tell you how old this is. Twin flat. So, there's probably enough to make a dress, but we'll have to see what it becomes. Oh, it does have the hummingbirds on that side. Okay, you can see them. This one, I really love the fabric and the details. So this is a flat sheet and 2 pillowcases and this really pretty pink floral. Can you see it, guys? You need to see this. And then it has this really cool detail. Where they did, would you call that eyelet?
Kind of an eyelet.
I don't know. Someone who has a clue, write a comment and tell me what that thing is, because it's really cool and I need to know what it's called. So the pillowcases each have that detail, and then the top part of the sheet has it. So I'm thinking of maybe putting that around the hem or something, or the collar, because this has a really cool collar. And I think I'll do the full skirt, because skirts need swish, and I've discovered if I fudge and finagle, I can get full swishy skirts when I theoretically only have enough fabric for the pencil skirts. So, we will see. Next up, oh, Gay's gonna lay on stuff. I have this sort of, it's not tweed, and it feels kind of woolish maybe. Probably not. What would you call it?
It looks heathered tweed from a distance, and it looks wool, but it's probably a poly blend knockoff.
Anyway, it was $1 at the thrift store.
But nobody's going to do the flame test once you make the dress, so you can just call it whatever you want.
We're not lighting things on fire while I'm wearing it?
That's a bad idea.
Oh.
I'm not following you around with a fire extinguisher.
I think it would be good for views, though.
It would, but not following you around with a fire extinguisher.
I'm not. Okay, I'm not going to light myself on fire, okay? Just put that out there. We're joking, okay? It's a joke. But I was thinking this 1930s, I know it's not a swishy skirt, but at some point I have to not have a swishy skirt. But one of them, we're going to try and look at the line drawing, has these really cool panel details and stitching, so I thought since the fabric was kind of plainer, I might do that to help give it a little bit of interest. Kitty! Do you want to show off the last one? You should grab it on your way by. This was a duvet and a dust ruffle. Would you like to explain the wonderful bargain you got on the set?
We were driving somewhere and saw a garage sale and hit the brakes and wandered through, and they had a pile of bedding and it said $20. So I started looking at it, and it was a king size comforter, a duvet cover in king size, 2 bed skirts,
Dust ruffles.
dust ruffles, 2 regular pillow shams, 2 European pillow shams, the 3 pillows that we recovered.
Used the pillows and just recovered them. I think we did leave the fabric on because they are pretty in good shape. They just weren't what was currently needed. So.
Yeah, we're currently not decorating in deep red, navy, and although apparently we are still decorating in cream because we recovered that one. So it was $20. We used it for 2 or 3 years until the fabric on the king comforter just started shredding. That got cut up for Kitty beds. So when you see Kitty up on her perch in the sewing room, she's sleeping on the remnants of the king comforter that I paid $20 for, like $500 worth of bedding. And the pillows got recovered, and the bed skirts are going to get turned into that beautiful 1954 with the big full skirt dress. And I think we still have some other bits and bobs of it around that we're going to repurpose into something as soon as we figure out what.
So I took the duvet, and it was different patterns on each side. One side was this really pretty stripe, and the other side was this really big loud floral. And the fabric's in good shape, so I just cut them apart and set the loud floral aside because it is nice fabric and it is pretty. It's just not to my taste. So at some point it might get drug out for a project. One of these days I might have a house, so we'll see. So I've got this, I'm thinking, for the main body of the dress. And then this was the dust ruffle. And what they did is they used the blue for the part you actually see. And then the part that goes between the 2 mattresses is this like polyester like lining fabric. So that got cut apart and set the lining fabric aside to use for lining for something. And then because this was a dust ruffle, it's not terribly wide. Apparently it's in panels. I think it's only like yay wide. So not going to get a super lot of it, but the dress has the really pretty contrast ribbon detail. So I'm thinking of the blue that matches perfectly because some designer somewhere made them match. I'm going to make me a really pretty summery dress.
Possibly the bodice could squeak out of it. Possibly.
Maybe, but I think because they gathered it, it might be bigger than it would appear. So, those are my sewing plans for next year. I've got more projects saying somewhere that haven't quite come to fruition. You want to hand me that pattern? Thank you.
Caught 2 in a row.
Yay me! I'm thinking I will make this blouse too. Last spring I made a navy linen dress for a wedding, and I've got like a yard or two of the fabric left, so I was thinking a peasant blouse, and then Mom found yards and yards and yards and yards and yards, like a gallon Ziploc, and a couple of quart bags of lace and eyelet and all sorts of pretty things. So I've got some white eyelet I think I'll trim with the dark navy on the blouse, and I think that'll be really pretty and lightweight for farmers markets when it's 90 and I'm wilting, because if it gets above 85 I wilt and melt. So that's it for this year's plans. Well, next year's plans, I guess. And I will leave you with footage of Kitty, because we can't have a video without Kitty. Christmas presents are currently being washed because the amount of cat hair from her helping. So, if you get a Christmas present and it comes with cat hair, it's her contribution.
It's just extra love.
It is. Kitty says I love you.